big story that we are tracking at the moment. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has launched a sharp attack on the ruling DMK party in Tamil Nadu. She alleged that the party is raising emotive issues around language and Dravidian identity to target the BJP as it has no answers to allegations of corruption and caste crimes plaguing its government. She asserted that there can be no bigger bogus argument than her party is against Dravidian interests. Sitharaman, who hails from Tamil Nadu, attacked the DMK for promoting what she called a separatist mindset instead of focusing on governance. She alleged that while the DMK projects itself as a champion of social justice, caste violence continues in the state, often targeting Dalits. Nirmala Sitharaman, in fact, heads out at the DMK saying its idea of Dravidian politics does go ahead and harbour separatist mindsets. She went on to say that the party has no answers to the corruption that is plaguing the state of Tamil Nadu, but is bringing out emotive issues like the Dravidian identity. She also asserted that there can be no bigger bogus of an argument than that her party, that is the BJP, is against Dravidian interests. Nirmala Sitharaman, who hails from Tamil Nadu, attacked the DMK for promoting what she called the separatist mindset instead of focusing on governance. She alleged that while the DMK projects itself as the champion of social justice, caste violence continues in the state, often targeting Dalits. The latest ideological war between Tamil Nadu's DMK as well as the BJP is over the issue of DMK's ideology. Recently, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was in Oxford, where he unveiled the portrait of Periyar, the founder of Dravidian ideals, and he in fact went on to say that he's the ideological grandson of the founder and of that is Periyar, and he also went on to say that the DMK was looking at ensuring those principles that bring in prosperity as well as equality for all. Meanwhile, here in India, we have the big accusations as well as hitting out coming in from Nirmala Sitharaman, the Union Finance Minister, saying that the DMK is more focused with regard to its corruption and that for the governance has been suffering in the state. She went on to say that separatist mindset dominates the Dravidian model as it is being shown by the center-state relations is what she has in fact hit out, and she also set out that the DMK is in fact not looking into governance but rather was had no answers when it came to the issue of governance. DMK versus Nirmala Sitharaman now, where the DMK has also hit back at the BJP. The DMK in fact went on to say that issues of state autonomy is something that the centre has not been focusing on, and BJP has been looking for strong centralization while the DMK has been advocating for strong decentralization and decentralization of powers to the very local governing units. Meanwhile, the centre and the state, especially Tamil Nadu, have issues with regard to the policies that they have been bringing in, also with several conflicts with Raj Bhavan as well. The centre and the state of Tamil Nadu has had several run-ins as well when it comes to key policies as well. In fact, on the phone line, we are joined by Saravanan, who joins us, who is representing the DMK. Saravanan, how do you in fact see Nirmala Sitharaman's question about whether the DMK is having some kind of a separatist mindset and that it's not focusing on governance, but rather it is focusing on its own corruption? How do you in fact react to it?
See, it's funny, really funny that Madam Nirmala Sitharaman is taking lessons for us on governance. It should be the other way around. The Prime Minister Modi and his cabinet colleagues should get lessons on good governance, on a government which is for the people from our leader, Mr. MK Stalin. And what audacity Madam Nirmala Sitharaman has to say that we have a separatist mindset. See, for the Indian breads, that is roti, all other things, the 5% GST was taken off. If it is an akki roti, if it is made of rice also 5%, which was earlier was taken off. But for idli, dosa, other things, rice, whatever is made of rice, that 5% GST is still there. Who is showing partiality? Who is playing vote bank politics with GST? Who is playing this kind of silly politics, frivolous politics over GST? It is the BJP. And she has
But
no
Saran,
business.
another way, there was a time in which the DMK did in fact think about some kind of autonomy. It thought about succession, but those were the 1960s. It gave up the idea of succession with the Chief Minister of Anadurai saying they are firmly with the Indian state. So the question about whether DMK had a secessionist mindset was way back in the 1960s, where talks about more state autonomy and probably away from the centralized power of Delhi was a debate in Tamil Nadu. We cannot deny the fact that part of history is there, but it has been settled in the 1960s. Why bring it up now?
Who is bringing it up? It is Madam Nirmala Sitharaman who is bringing it up.
So where
She is the
does
one who is saying that we are
DMK? So where does DMK stand today when it comes to
See,
unity?
we always will fight for our rights. We will not allow the state governments to be modified into glorified municipalities. That is what the BJP wants to do. We are asking for the rights which are guaranteed by the Constitution. The union government cannot usurp the rights of the state government, and we will not be a silent spectator. If we ask for a right and they claim that it is a separatist mindset, we pity them.
So the DMK has always been against strong centralization, especially. Do you think that pitch is something that is being referred to as separatist tendencies?
See, I don't know what. See, they want to escape. They want to escape criticism. They are already mired in this vote theft allegations. The entire cabinet is suspect. Our leader, Mr. MK Stalin, has claimed the government as illegitimate. And what audacity they have to speak about DMK.
Well, thank you, Saran Nadarai, for in fact speaking to News 9. We also have with us Gautam. Gautam, this debate has been going on for some time. You know, the BJP as well as the DMK has been with loggerheads over each other on this. But separatist tendencies, the question that was in fact asking Nadarai as well, the question about whether the DMK had it, well, if you look at history, there was a talk about in the 1960s, it was settled. The entire issue was settled in the 1960s and the DMK stood with the Union of India. And after that, this debate is being again brought up. Now, what DMK is saying that is that they are in fact asking for state autonomy, state rights, and not trampling and over-centralization of it. While the BJP has been saying that in the guise of asking for state rights and for the kind of autonomy that most of the DMK has been putting forward, it looks like it is a separatist kind of tendency that they are putting with regard to the Dravidian model. So clearly, it looks like an ideological battle at play.
Absolutely. And the Tamil Nadu elections is likely to be played on an ideological front with an us versus them sort of narrative between the DMK and the BJP ruled center, isn't it, Verghese? Because keep in mind that DMK has repeatedly invoked the Dravidian identity, both historically and politically, and it's been a core ideological point of the DMK and a mobilizing tool for them. And they're not sparing any expenses going into the next elections as well. And this is a point that has been picked up by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. And she has accused the DMK of raising issues like language, Dravidian identity to divert attention from corruption and caste crimes, is what she claims. And she has prominently.
Gautam, we have with us Narayan Tirupati from the BJP, who's also joining us. Narayan Tirupati, how do you react to this statement of first by Nirmala Sitharaman and this question about overt centralization, state autonomy has been going on, and that is where the fractures has been there between DMK and the BJP. 2026, is this going to be one of the planks on which the BJP in Tamil Nadu is also going to fight on?
See, first of all, the DMK doesn't understand what actually a country is. That is the main issue. In spite of them in the central government for more than 15 years continuously, when they come to power in Tamil Nadu, in the state, they talk about state rights. When they are there with the union government, particularly with the Congress, they were so corrupt. And these people have not bothered about the growth of the country, growth of the state. Always talking about state rights, not going to help because the infrastructure activities are being done only by the central government. So whatever the infrastructure activities that has taken place, whatever the investments that has come in, whatever the employment opportunities have come, everything is because of the last 10 years rule of Mr. Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister. So the DMK wants to hurt the sentiments of the people, instigate the emotions. That is what they are trying to do. So absolutely what Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman has said is 100% right. They want to play a divisive role, divisive policy role so that they can win the elections, which is not going to happen because...
But Narendra Tirupati, this is the question that I've asked. Narendra Tirupati, this is the question that I've been asking the DMK also. That you cannot, we just spoke to the spokesperson and I told him that we have not, you can't brush away history. DMK did have a separatist flag in the 1960s. It was settled later and then they said that they would stay with the Union of India. But at the same time, the BJP also has something in its closet. For example, in 1998, and 1999, the alliance that came in between the BJP and the DMK, both of them had the same thing. But in 2025, we are talking about ideological battles again. How does this work?
See, that's what. See, from 1999 to 2004, DMK was part of the NDA under Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. But there was no mention of any corruption because that was headed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. We gave a clean government. Now they are not with us. They are becoming corrupt because there is no one to control them. They are not coming to us because we don't allow them to be corrupt. It's very, very simple. My only answer to your question is this. DMK, if it is with BJP, it cannot do any kind of corruption. That is why they are afraid. They want the money. They are running the party for the money. Simple.
And Tirupati for in fact joining us with your perspective as well. And as this in fact debate goes on further, it looks like, well, it's going to be an ideological battle that Nirmala Sitharaman has in fact initiated. And of course, the question is, does DMK still harbor those separatist mindsets or not, which the party has said that it doesn't, and does state autonomy or the question of over-centralization, which is to be looked into, is the next question.